Hey guys, Shnickerman here, back with another video. Today I wanted to do a video about one of my favorite things in game collecting, the Xbox 360, and I also wanted to take a look at the newest hot topic in game collecting, which is graded games. The topic of today's video is going to be, is it worth to grade your Xbox 360 games? You may ask yourself, okay, well, what's this video going to be? So basically, I went through different eBay sold listings for different Xbox 360 games. There aren't too many that are actually sold. Some games have sold more than one copy in different grades, but for the sake of this video, we're going to kind of pretend like graded games go for roughly the same amount. And the reason for that is that even when you buy sealed games, obviously they're going to be in different conditions depending on, what you pay for them. And even when you grade them, you can't guarantee that you're going to get a specific price. And I want to say that this video is just for fun. It's my analytical approach, but this should not be taken as any kind of financial advice. So this video might seem a little bit weird, but I think overall it'll give people the general idea that, especially for 360 games, I'm going to kind of break down some of these games into different categories because of the volatility of graded games and their values. Some games are not able to be really judged on how much profit would actually be made, and other games with lower values are pretty easy to see how much. I have a list of games. I have the price that a sealed game sold for, the price that the graded game sold for, and then we're going to assume that you're using the slowest Wada game service, which would be for $60, and you wait many, many months before you get the game back. So you're using a minimal cost for that. And a trend you'll notice here is that the games that mostly have been purchased that are graded are mostly Call of Duty games, GTA, and first-person shooters. And I'll say the majority of these games, when you subtract out the $60 and you take the difference from the sealed game and the graded game, you're only going to have a profit of anywhere from $20 to $50 or $60. So it's not really worth the time investment or the sake of trying to find a copy that's going to grade highly, because it's not really going to benefit you in the long run. So let's start with the games on the lower end value. Something like a GTA 5, not greatest hits version. For sealed, you can pick it up for about $20 plus the $60 grading. Even if you end up selling it for $110 or so, which a few copies have sold for, your profit is basically only going to be $30. $30 profit on a $20 game with a $60 investment. It's not really a good margin. Same thing with Crackdown, for example. The first Crackdown game, not greatest hits, you can get it for about $15 to $20. Graded, it sells for about $100. So again, you're looking at really only a $20 to $30 profit. One pretty interesting example is original Left 4 Dead, specifically the Game of the Year edition, sold graded for $220, and the most recent sales for sealed was about $150 to $180. So for that example, once you paid $60 to grade, this person would actually be losing money. So that's clearly not a very good investment. An interesting one that I found was Deadpool the game. You can still get sealed copies of this game for $20 to $30. And one did sell for $160. So you could potentially make some profit on that. Lower end value sealed games that are not very popular tend to not have a higher premium in graded condition, therefore not worth it. A few more examples of lower end, some more recent Call of Duty games. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, $20 to $30, sells for about $100 to $110 graded, so you're making $20 to $30 profit on those. Modern Warfare 3, I think, is a little bit more popular. You can make a little bit more on that, sold for about $150, $20 to $30 range in sealed condition. The original Mass Effect not greatest hit version, that's a pretty good profit, $60 sealed, and around $200 for the graded version, give or take. And another really interesting one that I saw was Green Day Rock Band. Goes for about $50 in sealed condition, pretty good condition on the seal, and one sold for $225 in graded condition, which would put you at a profit of about $100+. So let's start getting into the higher end games that you might want to be on the lookout for that could potentially give you pretty good profits if you're able to get them in really good condition for a decent deal. One I know I've been looking for would be Halo ODST. I think it's a fantastic game, really underrated, $50 to $60 or so in sealed condition, and can sell anywhere from $200 to $250 in graded condition, which would be a pretty decent profit or good to add to your collection. The Gears of War series, especially the earlier games, 1 and 2 specifically, 2 varies a bit more in price. You can get sealed copies for $50 to $70 and sell for about $100 to $400 or so and that one has a few different copies in different conditions that have sold for different prices, but I think there still is profit to be made there if you so desire. Other ones I've been trying to track down, which are extremely popular as well, which I'm kind of happy about because it means that, you know, they are pretty good games and they mean a lot to a lot of different people. BioShock and Fallout 3. Both of these games now, if you want to actually find them, sealed condition will put you back a bit. Fallout 3 seems to be a little bit more obtainable, about $70 sealed condition for the normal version, not greatest hits, not Game of the Year edition. And if you were to grade it in pretty good condition, you'll get somewhere around $300 to $400, probably estimated, so good profit on that. BioShock is extremely hard to find these days in sealed condition with the cover slip. That will put you back probably $400 to $500, but if you do have a high grade of that, it can go up for, I think one sold for around $1,000, so that's definitely one to be on the lookout for. Most of the Halos in decent condition will get you, you know, anywhere in the $200 to $300 range, depending on the game. Even Halo Combat Evolved in good condition, sealed, be $60, and you can get anywhere from $200 to $250 for that, roughly, based off a small amount of data. Red Dead Redemption's another good one. Sealed copy will cost you a bit more than $100, but you could probably sell for a few hundred, $400 to $500 maybe potentially, in good graded condition. Halo 3 is another one that I saw vary a lot. Sealed copy anywhere from $150 to $200. Graded can go for a few hundred, $400, $500. Just depends on condition and the overall version and print run of that game. The original Gears of War is a weird one. I saw sold listings of the original in sealed condition for about $200 to $250, and graded copies can go in $300 to $500 range. And the only other one of note that I kind of want to talk about is Minecraft. So for some reason, the 360 version of Minecraft is kind of known as the definitive version for some reason for collectors. The first print run of that game in good condition will set you back a pretty good amount of money. It can vary again from few hundred to 500 or so, but in graded condition can go for thousands. And I think even later print runs of the game will still set you back a few hundred and can go for, you know, 500 to 1,000 plus. That one's kind of all over the place, and I'm not really too sure what's going on there. Actually, another interesting one for the lower end is Hitman Absolution, sold graded for $140, and you can pick up that game in good sealed condition for $10 to $20. So that would actually be a pretty good profit if you were able to find it and find a buyer for the graded version of the game. And I did want to just mention that besides eBay, there is Heritage Auctions. Like I said, I'm not too convinced that these sales were that reputable, but there has been a history. There has been a history of 143 Xbox 360 graded games sold. And I kind of want to just walk you through the games that were most commonly sold. Number one being Minecraft, and there being quite a few Gears of War 1 as well as BioShock, and a lot of different Halo games, including Halo 4. This is claiming that Halo 4 sold for upwards of 1,000 plus, which is one of the reasons why I don't tend to trust this so much. And there's quite a few copies of it sold as well. And for example, the Red Dead Redemption copies seem to coincide pretty well with eBay, but the Minecraft copies tend to be extremely high. And take it as you will, even the lower end games still have pretty high prices, but those are the main games you kind of want to look for if you're interested in a really high-end game. BioShock, Gears of War 1, Halo 3, as well as Minecraft. So I hope this game was interesting. I know there might be a lot of people in the comments that tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to take an analytical approach here. Just take the data from eBay and sold listings as well as the sealed copies and really give you an analysis of what the market of graded games for Xbox 360 is. And let me know what you guys think of this video in the comments and whether you want to see other videos like this in the future. Until the next time, peace out.